So the Aethos, lightweight, specialized, flagship, weight weenie build. Several people have taken some reasonably good stabs at doing really light versions of this bike. Oleg came in at around 5.5 with a really nice version, and then Grant over at GC got to 5.3. We're thinking we can do quite a bit better, and we got contacted by this client who wanted to do better, and he's cross-country skier, lives in the mountains, so he rolls out his driveway, he has an 8% climb to the top, then he coasts back down and he does it again. So we're only going to need to do it as a one by, which is going to be nice. It'll save about 100 grams over doing a 2x setup on this one. But I think overall we can come in 400, 500 grams lighter than the lightest one we've seen so far.
Me too, and it's going to be easy. The thing I like about the Aethos is it's a sub 700 gram frame, so you're starting off good there. There's clearance for up to 35 millimeter tires. It has the UDH, which gives you a lot of freedom when you're choosing a drivetrain. And compared to other bikes in this weight class, it has a little more stack and a little less reach, so it's putting you in a good position to ride comfortably for a long time, which is what this guy's going to be doing.
Yeah, and it is actually one of the stiffer frames in its weight class, which is something I really like about it. It's a very impressive frame that Specialized has done.
Yeah, and I'm excited because I think we're gonna reach our goal of coming in really light. So,
what was this frame weight?
This was 603 for the frame.
603.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's get to it.
All right. So we picked the boring color, as some people will say, but it's the lightest color. We're doing just gold highlights on this just to give it a little bit of life. For the collar, we're starting with the Parts of Passion collar, now defunct company out of Switzerland, but I do have some kits in my spare parts bin, so we were able to throw something together. We did it with gold barrels and a tie bolt, and then just 2 carbon straps. This came in at 6 grams.
For the post, we're going to do Schmolke TLO out of Germany. These posts are really light. This one came in at 90 grams. We're doing the 3K matte. They also have a UD option. And something I like about Schmolke is you can pick out the color logo. We chose white for this one. You can do black ones, you can do the red logo. But yeah, this is what the saddle is going to be going on. Something that I forgot to mention is that the tubing is not a consistent thickness all the way through. There is a clampable portion. A good way the way to identify what the clampable portion is they have these 2 cool yellow pieces of carbon that they put into the post when they made it. So you can clamp it from here to here, and anywhere outside of there ain't the place to do it. All right, next up is the saddle. This is a Gelu saddle. It's a K3. This is 42 grams. And in the world of saddles, these are some of the lightest and some of the most comfortable. We've been using them a lot, especially for the lightweight endurance kind of builds like this. So let's throw it on.
Works really well for people that like narrower saddles too.
Yeah.
Fork, we're just sticking with the stock Aethos fork. It's now internally routed on the Aethos too. This was 313 uncut, cut weight was 285. Pretty straightforward.
The headset bearings are the Ceramic Speed SLT bearings, which are really neat. They inject a lubricant infused polymer between the bearings and the races, so no corrosion. They last like 3 times as long, and you kind of just drop them in and forget about them.
We'll be putting in the fork the extra light Ultra Star, 5 grams for the expander, so that's a good weight savings over the stock expander, which I want to say is 20-25 grams. We're also using Gemini's 3D printed spacers, and they're custom converter ring to do the Aethos to their bar. This will give us a full 4 cm spacer stack for about 18 grams.
So for the bars, we're doing Gemini bars. We haven't used these before on the channel, but they're really neat, super lightweight. These bars are 228 grams, and the top cap and bolt that Jason has in his hand there is 8 grams. You can choose stem lengths from 90 to 120, bar widths from 38 to 42. You can also choose how much reach you want, 65 millimeters or 75 millimeters. You can get matte and gloss, 12K matte, 12K gloss. You can also choose the layup. They do a lightweight layup, which is really great for road riding. There's a lot of compliance to it, so it soaks up a lot of the road chatter. And then you can do the performance layup, which is a little bit stiffer, a tiny bit heavier, a little more robust when it comes to crashing and stuff like that. But yeah, made in Barcelona. I really am excited about putting these on the build. I think it's gonna accent it really
cool
nice.
Bar, and it's definitely the most customizable bar we've ever offered. It really is limitless options in building the bar specifically for the person. The top cap, little different. Instead of a bolt going through the top cap, it's slotted on the back so the bolt slides in. It's just kind of a nice little touch that keeps for a cleaner finish on the top.
49 grams for the brake hoses, front and rear. Made by Ashima, and this is kind of just a nice change from the stock Shimano stuff. It's kind of gray, so it gives it a little
nice
personality.
Color. I think it'll look really good on there.
Yeah. All right, the bars are on the bike. They look incredible. I routed them wrong twice in a row and just decided to test Jason's patience. So now we're gonna do something a little less exciting and talk about the derailleur.
Derailleur, we're doing 12-speed DURA-ACE. We've done some tuning on it. B screw has been replaced with titanium. Main mounting bolt and pulley wheel bolts are replaced with aluminum. Pulley wheels, we've gone with extra light ultra pulleys. All in, it saved probably 12, 15 grams off of this. Finished weight was 207.
All right, next up, bottom bracket. Tell us about it.
House branded fair wheel bikes, ceramic BSA 30. Pretty standard build. It's nice that Specialized has gone back to a BSA bottom bracket. It's coming in right at 66 grams.
For the chainring and bolts, we're gonna use a 34 tooth from an Octaramp set. This is 28 grams. 34 tooth might seem a little small, but like we said, this is purely a climbing bike.
Yeah, climb the mountain and coast down.
Yeah. And then for chainring bolts, we're gonna do Woodman chainring bolts. They're 8 grams. So for like the whole setup, crank, chainring, and bolts, we're at about 330 grams. The crank set is going to be the tried and true THM Clavicula SE. We've built quite a lot of bikes with these, and out of all the full carbon cranks there are out there, these have the best stiffness to weight ratio, so it's gonna be awesome for this build since he's gonna be putting a lot of power into going up hills. You can get these cranks from 165 to 175 millimeters. You can get it in the 5-bolt 110 BCD that we have here, or the 130 standard BCD.
It was just kind of a nice crank to get something that's tried and true. There's a couple cranks or a crank that might be lighter. But you know, THM's got a near 20-year track record, so we just really wanted to go with something that we can put in and not ever have to worry about, right?
Exactly. So the listed weight of this crank is 293 grams. This actually came out a little below that at 292. So let's throw her on in. For the calipers, we're going to do the Hope RX2s, which is their 2-piston caliper for road and gravel bikes, with all of the mounting hardware, the tie mounting bolts, the pads, this handy little adapter. It comes out to 205 grams. Something I really like about the Hope brakes is when you order them, you can specify if you want dot or mineral specific calipers, so you can really lighten up any setup with them. Typically they shave around like 40 grams if you compare them to a DURA-ACE caliper or a red caliper. So
Then they come in a lot of different colors.
yeah, highly customizable. DURA-ACE levers. I tuned these with some tie bolts. I replaced the little T-bolt that goes on these clamps, and it came out to 365 grams. They'll be a little lighter because when I weighed them, I did weigh this little plastic plug piece that goes in there. So Jason's gonna put these on for us. All right, so we're just finishing that up. Jason didn't help at all. We're gonna go to wheels next. So tell us about the wheels. So we got our Schmolke TLO wheel set, carbon spokes, laced to cyber hubs with ceramic bearings. For the wheel set, it's sub 1,000 grams. It's 924 grams. Yeah, what do you have to say?
Rims are 37 mil deep, 28 mil wide, 22 internal, so fairly standard. It is hooked, which is something we like. It's tubeless. If you want to run it tubeless, it's tubed. If you want to run it tubed, we're doing a 6-bolt version. Just produces a little bit lighter of an end result than a center lock. And then we'll be putting the Galfer rotors on them. A light rotor, not the absolute lightest, but given that this is going to be coming down some steeper grades, then we wanted something with a little more surface area.
Galfer's out of Spain, is it not?
Sure.
They are.
We're going to use tie rotor bolts in a gold finish. We're doing the SLR 3 cassette in an 1134 with an extra light lock ring.
We got the CS tie through axles that come in at 30 grams a set. The Pan Racer Agilis tires in a 28. Fairly light, fairly grippy. We've been using the Agilis a lot on the weight weenie builds. What else?
And we'll be using TPU tubes to put it all together.
We got a gold YBN tie chain that weighs in at 194 grams. Let's throw it on.
We're doing speed play nanos. We've done a bunch of bolt tuning, new rings on them, got them down to 133 grams. You can find a full video on all the different Wahoo pedal tuning options somewhere on our channel. Cole will put it on the screen somewhere.
Wait, so I have to finish that video first?
Yes.
For the cages, we are using our V3 cage. It is, for the cages, 7 grams per cage. The little alloy bolts I'm using knock it up to 9 grams a cage. So for both cages, you're running at 18 grams, which, like I always say, is like half the weight of a normal cage setup. So, like it. For the bar tape and plugs, we chose our house brand.
Could you rap it any louder?
Jason's joking around over here. He's a little jokester. We're using the house brand tape and plugs, uncut with the plug. This is 30 grams for the set. It's almost as light as the cloth tape we've used on some of the super light builds, but the nice part about it is it's foam, so it adds some padding. And each set that you order comes with the hollow plugs. Great deal.
So the lightest Aethos drop bar that we've seen, you know, heavily publicized or someone build was Grant, and he got it at 5.33. Our goal was to be sub 5 was sort of the first goal. Lighter than that, obviously better. I know we did much better than that. What do you think of it? I love it.
I think it's actually really, really cool, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I guess we can go over the parts really quick before we weigh it. I'll just move front to back. We got Gemini bar stem combo. We got our Farewell Bikes tape and bar plugs. Set up DURA-ACE.
With some tuning parts in it.
With some tuning parts in it. We tuned it with a couple of tie odds and ends. The V3 cages, Schmolke TLO, Seatpost, Gelu K3 saddle, the classic Clavicula SE crank with an extra light 34 tooth chain ring. We got the YBN tie chain, 1134 Farewell Bikes house brand cassette. I also want to mention gold Woodman bolts, tuned the rear derailleur with some tie bolts. We got these Wahoo pedals that have been tuned. We'll have the video out soon that you can see the tuning process. Galfer rotors, and then the TLO wheel set with the SPD3 Plus extra light hubs, the newest version.
I think the gold is just enough color to liven it up versus the typical all black builds that we end up doing for obvious reasons, with, you know, black being the lightest.
It adds some personality, yeah.
It gives it just a little bit of color. I think weight-wise we're going to be pretty impressed with it, but let's find out where we got to.
It's on kilos right now.
We're on kgs.
We're in the right place. Here it goes, everybody. Hmm. 4.72, which, if I'm not mistaken, that's the world's lightest, Jason.
It's, as far as I've seen. I mean, you could certainly go lighter with smaller tires, tubulars, things like that. In pounds, that's what, 10 and a half?
10.4.
10.4.
Under 10 and a half, so.
Yeah, not bad. Even if you were to put a larger ring on the front to make it sort of an everyday rider, if you went up to, say, a 48 tooth, you're only going to add 20, 25 grams. You're still going to be under 10 and a half pounds.
Yeah, I am blown away right now. I am super into this. I think it turned out really good. I can't wait to do it again, actually. So
yeah, so if anybody wants a bike like this, like something else, or unlike any of these, just let us know. We're happy to help.
we will see you guys next time. Have a good one.